During the time I have spent developing this product, I have learnt a number of notable skills, which I will find useful throughout my use of computers and technology in the future. Firstly, I had to learn all the features of a magazine in order to create my own basic magazine, but I also had to learn this terminology in order to create it successfully and thoughtfully. I learnt the meanings of features such as gutters, drop capitals, leadings, straplines, and the differences between sans serif and serif fonts. Then I had to learn how to use various software on the computer. This has been a vital part of creating my magazine, otherwise it would be drawn pen to paper. I use software such as Adobe Photoshop, which is an image manipulation software. This is the software I use to edit my photos. To begin with, I had to learn about how to use this software through experimenting with different pictures and images. I learnt myself how to do shapes, for example, and editing text and pictures by adding different effects onto them, such as a drop shadow, a colour overlay, and a stroke. I learnt how to use the dodge tool through experimenting on the first image I took of my model for my magazine. I used the burn tool as well to make her darker, but then decided it wasn't necessary as it made her look far too dark, as if she was wearing fake tan, which is not suitable for my target audience of tweens. The cover image of the model on my front cover had dull eyes to begin with, therefore I decided to use the dodge tool to make them brighter and more attractive. I chose to do this in order to gain the attention of the target audience, as the model is looking directly into the camera for a direct gaze effect, as well as help the magazine stand out from others. I also used the liquidify tool, which allowed me to extend the eyelashes of my model. This gave them a thicker, more appealing girly look without piling on the makeup. Then I used a software called Adobe InDesign in order to line all my magazine contents page features up and double page spread features. I was a complete beginner with this software to begin with, but I learnt quickly how to place things that I had created in Photoshop. I mainly did this by asking for guidance from either my tutors or former classmates who were more advanced than me. Using this software, I also managed to learn how to create a drop capital, as I firstly added a larger capital I wrote in a separate text box, then my tutor showed me the correct way in which to create one. To keep evidence of all this development, I had to use a blog website to keep everything together. Our college firstly used Posterous, which is a blog website, but that was unfortunately shut down by Twitter, its owner. We had problems using this site anyway, as at one point our college was cut off access to the website. As the college looked into this, we discovered that the company thought we were a spamming site, as there were so many accounts from one area. After explaining that we were a college using their site to store our vital exam coursework, we regained our access. Shortly after this, we found Posterous was to be closed down by Twitter on the 30th of April. So therefore we had to move all our work onto a different blog website called WordPress, which we still use now. This was my first experience of having a blog, as I have never had one before, out of college in my free time, although after doing this project it is something that interests me and I may create in the near future. Other softwares I have used using the development of my magazine is Windows Movie Maker in order to create these videos. I use the recorder on my smartphone to record myself speaking the script. I have learnt how to add audio onto a video, how to change slide transactions and images onto a movie. I also had to use another website called Prezi to make more detailed and nicer looking PowerPoints. This has been useful as I created my treatment using this software. Finally, I learnt how to use Cam Studio in order to record the computer screen to showcase my skills on the programs that I have used to create my magazine project. This is good as it evidences my skills that I have developed over the time I have used developing this project.